Okay, so I have another UFO sightings video. Um, gonna see here. There's one from Virginia that I want to do, and this might be a single case, and this might not, um, depending on how many minutes in we are on the first sighting story. So I guess we'll see. But this is from Fort Lee, Virginia, January of 1982, so early 1982 here. Duration was only for 8 seconds. That's not very long, is it? It's disc shaped craft. So let's see what happens here, though. Silent, fast moving disc with color changing glow. Over Army training base, not aircraft. It was not an aircraft. That's the synopsis, so let's see. 8 seconds, still enough time to gauge what you're seeing, but it must have been really fast. After basic training in the Army, I was sent to Fort Lee, Virginia, for my job training school. I remember this all because I was turning 21 and was keeping a daily notebook at the time. One morning while standing at attention in formation, something made me look up and to my right. I noticed what looked to me like a large disc with a multicolored glow about it. This was not a normal disc. It was somewhat elongated in the middle. Okay. It had a glow that appeared to be steady, only the glow around it seemed to be changing in color. That is weird. I would think that this would be like some kind of a drone, only this is 1982. So I know it's not a drone. The outer glow was not one color at any time. However, it seemed to be many colors at once. I observed it as it crossed the crystal clear winter sky, going from my right to my left. I can't remember the direction, however. It took only about 8 seconds to cross the sky. Well, that's pretty fast. Jesus. At that time, I looked at the guys on both sides of me and whispered to them, asking if they had seen it, since we were at attention. They seemed annoyed at my asking. No one else seemed to see the object, and I never asked again. Our platoon sergeant then began talking, and I stood still at attention without looking for the object again. When I returned to the building, I drew a sketch in my notebook. However, the sketch was stolen along with other personal items after I left the Army. Oh, darn. That sucks. The sky was so black and the object so bright that I never forgot this sighting. It flew in a straight line and at a high rate of speed. My guess would be that it was about 2,000 feet. It was at about 2,000 feet up. No. Got that wrong. 20,000 feet. Wow. 20,000 feet? Wow. The object was silent and the base was very quiet at 5 a.m. It was at 5 a.m. This was not from a jet and flew too straight to be a shooting star. Gotcha. Well, obviously it's not a jet. And it doesn't sound like it's a shooting star either. I could clearly see the object within the colorful glow around it. My view of it was as if looking at the side of a disc, not the bottom, right? The object may have been a long cylinder with rounded ends that came to a slight point. like a side view of a disc with an elongated center. No further action by me, and did not hear anything about it, as girl chasing was most on my mind at the time. uh, I get that. All right. So that is a really good one, though. It sounds very credible. Of course, this is from military personnel here. All right. That's a good one. And we're 5 minutes in, so we can do some more, too. This one's from Brazil. Fireball in Brazil countryside. We were all at the swimming pool at my dad's farm, and we spotted this fireball looking at us on the top of the hill. We were all staring at it, and in a matter of seconds, the fireball moved around 5 miles away from us and then disappeared. The object looked like the sun's color, so like a yellow, I guess, like a shining yellow. There were no sounds at all, even when it moved away. Okay. So he said that we spotted this fireball looking at us. They were all staring at it, and in a matter of seconds, the fireball moved around 5 miles away from us and then disappeared. So it was hovering at first? A fireball? Hovering? Anyway, that is really strange. Obviously, meteors, falling stars don't do that. And it was yellow. Like a brilliant yellow color, probably. Wow. That is from Brazil, 1982. These are all 1982 cases that I'm doing right now. And we actually might have a rare rectangle sighting here. I don't remember doing a rectangle. I've done a square one so far. Like one so far, but a rectangle? This is from Stockholm, New Jersey. It flew over the frozen lake while snowmobiling on it. Okay, so we were snowmobiling on Lake Stockholm in the winter. It flew right over us about tree height. It had no wings, propellers, or jets. Okay. It was at night. It hovered directly over us about tree height. 3 of us were on a snowmobile on the middle lake on the ice, and 2 of us on the shore. It was rectangular, about the size of a tank, and was white with lights. It was white? With lights. Okay. What the heck? There were no wings, propellers, or jets. It was seamless. Oh man, what the rectangular for like? Man, that's the first time I've heard of a rectangular UFO. First time I've done one of these on a rectangular one. I've done one of the square ones so far. It's such a... The shape is just so... That's like really bizarre and strange. Like rectangular and square. Like there's some shapes that are just impossible to be man-made, like those, and then like the spheres, the balls of light, or any kind of like perfect sphere would be really weird, like impossible to be man-made. Like, and the cylinders, I'm gonna include in that too. Even the discs, like what the hell? Like that doesn't make any sense either. And like I don't even know. Do we have any perfectly like triangular craft, like perfect triangles, like for a craft? I don't know about that. I don't know about any of these. Like the way the way these reports are and people describing them, most of these don't sound man-made at all to me. And I suppose that this thing was silent too, this rectangular one. Um, yeah, that is so weird. Let's see what else we got here before we wrap it up. Oh, from England here. It's a little bit of a longer one. Let's see how many minutes I'm in. 11 minutes. Let's do a shorter one. That one I can do later. Check out California one. Let's do this one from California. Edwards Air Force Base, California. Late afternoon or early evening, series of three lights, equally spaced, descending, disappeared and reappeared. Edwards Air Force Base area. Oh wow! While at Edwards Air Force Base, while on line standby duty, waiting for the last aircraft to come back to the base, my fellow crash rescue fireman partner and I observed a series of lights descending from a somewhat high angle upper left to lower right. Observed a series of lights descending from a somewhat high angle upper left to lower right. Okay. Thinking there was some type of aircraft activity or military flares off in the distance from another military installation, we contacted by radio the airbase control tower. They advised nothing was there. My partner and I looked at each other baffled as we continued to watch this light show for approximately 5 to 10 minutes out of our vantage point in the crash rig. It was as if these white lights were on an escalator. Three at a time, same distance of separation, but as one would disappear at the lower right, another would reappear upper left. Okay, I get it now. To this day, I am baffled and have only said this to a few people. When the control tower said they had nothing on the radar screen, that was quite baffling. Oh. So, they just... Okay. So, they were descending, but at a diagonal, like. What? Okay, that is a weird one. That's a really strange one. um, Three at a time, and then they would reappear again. In the sky. Like what? Wait, man, that doesn't even. I mean, it makes sense, but it seems almost impossible. Huh. Well, I don't know what to think about that one. That is really strange. Well, then they were like just lights, just lights. um, hmm. They couldn't discern like an object. There was just white lights. Okay, really strange behavior with them too. Wow. Okay. Well, I guess that's a good one to end on. Um, and we'll end there for now, but I'll be back with more UFO videos soon. Hope you find the UFO videos I do interesting, and there's lots more. There's lots more on my channel, including personal sightings that I've um, experienced myself and other family members that have experienced. I tell their stories too. So, yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll be back with more of these soon.